guys, welcome. I'm Oksana and you are watching Trying Kitchen Things Part 2, where it's all about me sharing what I would bake and cook if I own a little cafe. Where the concept is that every week what I would do is make a special item that is inspired by a different country around the world. It can be savory and it can be sweet. Recently I've been experimenting a lot with Asian cuisine and I decided that this video was gonna be about me making a savory and a sweet dessert from Japan. Never tried to make them before. We might fail at something, but this is how we learn. The first thing that we're gonna do is so-called omurice. We're gonna do it plant-based, obviously. The real omurice is very hard to nail, and of course you can't really do like the eggy half made, half not made omelet thing that you put on top of the rice. So we kind of have to work around that. Hopefully I will make it right. But before that, I'm gonna make a vegan kiwi mayo, kewpie mayo, this thing. I can't pronounce it, I'm sorry. But we're gonna make a homemade version because the real one is not plant-based. Plus then we have a lot of leftovers. For the homemade kewpie mayo, I think I'm pronouncing it right, we're gonna need some silken tofu, black salt, some rice vinegar, Dijon mustard. I was saved by these tiny packages because I just realized we ran out of mustard. Finally, miso paste. Preferably if it's white miso paste because then you get normal color of mayo, but I only have this black miso paste. I think it's gonna be stronger in flavor. But basically this is very easy to make. I'm very quick too. So in a food processor or a blender, I'm gonna put all the ingredients and then mix them. I cannot possibly fail at this, hopefully.
Get some help.
First, let me open tofu if I even can. Obviously gonna drain it first. We don't want all the liquid. Okay, I'm spilling it everywhere. Oh shit. I thought I could do this without making a mess. Apparently, I cannot. The first tip I have for you is put the ingredients inside the food processor and not outside. I think that would help a lot. Nothing goes to waste here. Get the last part. We need 1.5 teaspoons of this. I think it's just gonna be one packet. I hate these packages because you can never open them. I think we're just gonna need one packet.
10 seconds later.
I think I'm gonna put the 2 packets. Let's see if we can open this better. Okay, I think we did. Why does it not want to open? Definitely the worst packet of mustard I've encountered. Anyways, that was that. Then we need 1 tablespoon of this. And then final touch, a pinch of namak salt for that eggy flavor. We are ready to blend this. Hopefully I don't break the food processor. Come on. And there's the mayo. If you had the white miso paste, it would not turn out this like yellowish brownish. It looks more like mustard. Since now this is ready, let's move on to the omurice. I'm excited. We're gonna mix the ingredients for the omelet, and then after we blend that, we're gonna make the filling, which is the fried rice situation. So let's just get started because this is lunch. For the egg omelet situation, we're gonna use our food processor. To that, we are gonna add chickpea flour. I've always wanted to try omurice. Now that it's summer and I have time, why not make it myself? This is your sign to go make something you want to do. Now, next thing we're gonna add is more silken tofu, which we need to open again. This time, I'm gonna go and do it in the sink because I don't wanna clean the kitchen again. I'm gonna probably have to anyways. So we don't need all the tofu in this packet. We're gonna save some to do something else, I guess. These things are not planned. We just are going with the flow. Silken tofu can be so messy to work with. Then we're gonna add a bit of sugar, baking powder, a bit of our black salt again. I don't have bamboo powder, but I have seaweed. Since we put it in the processor, it's gonna kind of become like powder. Finally, we're gonna add some soya milk. This is so much fun. I'm fine. And now we're gonna mix it. Actual term is process it or blend it. You know what I mean. Now this is blended and we can move on to the rice part of the dish. For the fried rice, we need 1 small onion and try not to cry. I know there's some tricks in the internet on how not to cry as much when you cut onions, but I keep forgetting them. If you have any tips, let me know. And we're putting it all in a bowl because we're gonna put the onion together with the smoked tofu. And if you have a normal block of tofu, that would work as well. It's gonna be a bit less flavorful, but here's our smoked tofu. Let me just try to get this out. We're gonna cut it into small pieces, kind of like the onion ones, maybe a bit bigger. Now we're gonna measure the rice. It's better to use leftover rice, but if you don't have that and you have to make fresh rice, you do that, okay? I've made too much, maybe. We're a big family, so big leftovers, very common here. More rice is going outside than inside. I think everything's measured out now. Now we can actually start doing this. So let's move over to the stove. Now we are on the stove and we've prepared kind of everything that we need. This is for the egg, this is to saute some mushroom, and that is to fry the rice. First thing that we have to do is add the onions and the smoked tofu. The smokiness is coming through. In the meantime, let's do this one as well. Ooh, we're doing a lot of things at the same time. We add onions, some seaweed as well, and some vinaigrette that we've made. Caramelize the onions, and now we add the rice. Add the rice, mixing. Too many things at the same time, okay? And now to this, we're gonna add some ketchup if it doesn't explode on me, soy sauce, and a bit of salt. Okay, here's what. Now we add the mushroom. These are enoki mushrooms, one of my favorite mushrooms, but very expensive. Okay, now we have to mix this. It's getting complicated. I should have not done that, but we live and we learn, people. We live and we learn.
Get some help.
Nicely incorporated. I think this is good, so we can take it off the heat. And now this kind of is still warm-ish. We have to make this mixture now. Okay, I'm crossing my fingers that this actually worked. I don't have the fancy prep equipment thingy. We're just gonna try our best. We're ready when this is ready. This smells very good. At least if this doesn't turn out right, this is tasty. While this cooks, I'm gonna clean up a bit, just very quickly.
A few moments later.
Okay, I'm supposed to put now half of this in here. We have a plate right here. Why is it not working? See if we can kind of do folic action at the moment. No, okay. It kind of didn't work. I mean, kind of. And now some of this. I mean, it kind of looks okay. Then we add our vegan mayo. If you have green onion or scallions, it would go very well here. And then finally some avocado. Come on, come on, come on. And voila.
"15 minutes later."
Mamá, mira.
Wow. Está bonito. Tiene una cremosidad.
¿Verdad?
Está bueno. Cariño. Está muy rico.
Con este del pepino, te juro, este también del pepino me encanta.
Qué sensible.
Sí.
Sí, no lo sé.
But now it's time to try it. I'm actually very proud of this, even though it didn't really turn out exactly as aesthetically as I was envisioning. All that matters is the flavor. So let's try it by parts and then try it together. First, let's taste the rice, which smelled so good. Cheers. I'm definitely gonna make this fried rice again. Now let's try the exciting part, which is the egg. I hope it tastes good. Whoa, that's good. Wait, what? Together with the rice, that's amazing. And actually, it's quite simple to make. I just have to perfect my flipping ability, but also the texture. I feel like it's pretty close because it's not like fully cooked. Try some of this enoki mushroom mixture. Enoki mushrooms are always so good. Now let's do what we always do, which is mix it together. This just means we have to do it again and perfect the recipe. An avocado piece as well. This is definitely one that I want to perfect. This would be an absolute winner. Let's move on to the next recipe. And this one is also like a sweet thing that I've wanted to try for a long time, but I've never found it. I have no time to wait around. If you want to do something, do it now. But now it's time to move to the sweet recipe. If you have ever watched Doraemon, you will know what I'm talking about, because today we are attempting to make a dorayaki. Attempting is the key word here, because I don't know how this is gonna go. Hopefully it goes good, because this is something I've always wanted to try. Crossing my fingers on this one. Before we do the actual pancake thingy of the dorayaki, we have to do the sweet bean paste that's inside the dorayaki. We have pre-soaked overnight some atsuki beans, I think they're called. And now we're gonna start the 3 to 4 hour project of cooking this. Basically, what you have to do is boil them 3 to 4 times, allowing them to cook for 3 hours. And then you can begin the process of making it sweet. The pancake itself, it takes like maybe half an hour to actually make. This is the complicated one. I would like to be finished by the end of the day. I'm fine! Welcome to my stove. Now we are gonna begin the process of boiling. The water is quite brownish, and I think that's because they're very bitter. I guess let's start this process. Now this boils, and then when it boils, we rinse, and then we boil again.
And then we rinse. And then we boil again. And then we rinse.
Maybe we need a fourth time, and then finally we can actually let it, cook through for 3 hours. In the meantime, I'm gonna do some recipe testing. Yeah, I think that's gonna be a valuable use of my time. Also, let me know in the comments what recipes I should try. I don't mind the complexity level, but I'm just warning you, we might fail. If that's fun for you guys, it's fun for me as well.
Many tic tacs later.
Now it has boiled for 4 times. Now it's time to actually let it cook for 3 hours. Let me go throw this water out. So now it needs to cook at low heat.
3 hours later.
I've just checked and I think they're cooked. Yes, they're cooked. It's time to actually make the red paste. What we have to do is throw like a bit of the water out, add sugar, let it melt and cook for 30 minutes, add some salt at the end. So let's drain a bit of the water. Here I have some sugar. I'm using coconut sugar. You can use regular sugar as well. Make sure to make a big batch because then you can save it inside your freezer. You don't have to make it every single time. It literally takes 3 hours of your life. Honestly, if you can find it on your Japanese store, if you have one, because I don't have one, I suggest you buy it. But guys, this is after all a little bakery, right? We have to do everything from scratch. Plus I get to learn so much about this. And I also had time to test some recipes. I didn't really waste my time. I'm excited about these, guys. I've never actually tried it because I've never been to Japan. Have you tried dorayaki before? And if so, did you like it? What's your favorite Japanese treat? I'm asking a lot of questions. I'm sorry. I'm very curious. Actually, let me know where you're from. What I should try from your country because I'm genuinely so excited to try different cuisines. It's supposed to cook for 30 minutes. I'm just following instructions that I found online, okay? I wonder if it would be faster in the pressure cooker. Probably would, right? Also, a sneak peek of some recipe I've been testing. So now that it's sort of like a paste, the water has almost evaporated. We add a bit of salt, tiny bit, and then we mix it. We're gonna use the blender to blend it up a bit. It says that there's 2 types of this. There's one where it's more fine, and there's one where you have to use this and then like smoosh it. But I don't want to do that because I do like my paste thick. But I think this is like tastes like enough. Yeah, and we're gonna use this to blend it. But guys, I think we did it. I still want some chunks of it. I don't want it too smooth. I'm happy with it. We're gonna make the pancakes next. I'm just gonna let it rest down and clean this. It's important the kitchen is clean. A messy kitchen means a messy mind. Time has come to do the pancake batter. We got the bowl. First of all, we're gonna mix the wet ingredients. Next is the oil. Then we got some vanilla. And now it's time to sift the dry ingredients. I'm gonna use a mixture of flour, dry whole wheat flour, and then I'm gonna use some white flour as well. Sift. This is also to incorporate air, so it's important, but it's so annoying. Hello there. Now we're gonna add some regular plain white flour. We love having to clean the kitchen like 5 times a day. Flour, done. Finito. We add the sugar. Next, cornstarch. Trying to be as precise as possible. Apparently that's very good in baking. And finally, some baking powder. To enhance the flavor, we need a little bit of salt. But now it's time to mix it in. Try not to look at the mess that we've made. We don't talk about that. We just, enjoy the cooking process and then we think about cleaning after. That's mixed in and now we have to let it rest for like about 10 minutes. Well, this rest, I'm gonna clean this up and then we're gonna move over to the stove so we can cook this pancake thingy majingy. Yeah. This has not rested for about 10 minutes. So we have here like a crepe pan thingy to make crepe. Also now you've become familiar with this part of the kitchen because we've used it a lot today. Another thing that I should try making? Mokis. I've tried mochi ice cream. Guess we're doing this. I think that's a good size. I think we can place 2. Trying to make them as round as I can. That's not my strong suit. My strong suit is eating them. We have to wait until like bubbles form on top. Look at this mini piece. Anxiously waiting. I really want to eat you, like right now. I think we're ready to flip them. They're looking very good. I'm actually proud. And we're gonna plate it in our very own pancake bowl. Isn't it cute? I made it myself. See, it's even signed. But it has to cook this side for 1 minute and then we squish the red bean paste mixture that we've made. Just dry it out, so I'm kind of scared. But we're learning. Next time it's gonna get better. Now we're just gonna do the rest.
298 frozen patties later.
But guys, now it's time to assemble. We got our mixture here. It's a bit denser than it's supposed to be, but we're gonna make it work. The next step is to put a bit around like a spoon of this. Now we put another one. I mean, they did turn out quite round. And we got ourselves our first dorayaki. Now the next one. Now smush, 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 and then the last one. And with this, you just freeze it. You do the pancakes whenever you want. You got yourself a delicious snack. Guys, look at that. Here you go. Con cuidado que si no se te cae. How is it?
It's good, but that's circle.
How much would you score it?
6. No está mal.
A little later.
Surprise! Dorayakis japoneses.
¡Hala!
La cámara con el red bean paste todo hecho a mano.
A few minutes later.
But now it's time to try this beauty. My brother has already tasted one. He is right that the paste that I made was a bit too dry. What he says is that it's better if you dunk it in milk. If you're gonna try this recipe and it turns out a bit dry, dunk it in milk. Now let's try one, I guess. That's actually very good. I'm actually so happy about this. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna dunk it in tea. If you're gonna eat this with some tea, some coffee, some milk, truly amazing. I need to make some improvements, but we're gonna get them. This video has been my favorite so far. I really like Japanese cuisine. I'm gonna go enjoy this.
Eventually.
I just finished that and that was delicious. I need to perfect this recipe and I'm gonna perfect the recipe. But now I'm quite tired. It's been a long day in the kitchen. If a cafe near me sold those, you know I will be going there every day. If there's something you need to try to make, is this truly life-changing. I really want to go to Japan now. I'm fine! I know it's only 2 recipes and we normally do 3, but we also did some side quests along the way. That is technically like making 3 dishes, right? Despite 1 dish short, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and that you're gonna give it a big thumbs up because you really enjoy the Japanese week and you would totally come to my cafe. Let me know in the comments down below. Are you the savory gal where you would choose the omurice, or are you more of a sweet gal with the dorayaki? I can't choose because the omurice was more technique driven but tastes just so good, and the dorayaki just satisfies that craving for pancakes in another way. I hope you guys are enjoying this little series and that you continue to join me by clicking the subscribe button down below and joining this little family of ours that is growing. I appreciate you so much. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. I guess I'll see you next time where I have something big planned. Let's just leave it at that. And if you want to know what I mean, then I guess you really have to join the family now. Arigatō. Mata aimashou.